Okay, so with the water, I was thinking that the Criegee Intermediates can also be found in water. That's why I was asking that question.
Yeah, no, you can't find it in water because the Criegee Intermediate can react with water super fast.
Yeah.
So once it meet water,
Yeah.
it vanished or disappear.
Okay, so then you are not able to quantify it in a way.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, thank you very much for letting us into your research.
Yeah.
I feel like I know a lot more about Criegee Intermediates now. Something that I had no idea about before. And thank you for engaging with me.
Yeah, thank you for having me here.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
So now we're going to get into the part of this conversation where we talk about your PhD. I know it has been such a long time already.
Yeah, probably I forgot something, but I still remember something.
Yes, this is 2009.
Yeah.
That has been a while now. And I hope I don't take you back and then you have trauma and then it's but I'm sure it will be fine.
Yeah.
So, and I know you said earlier on that you knew from your bachelor that eventually you would become an academic because of, the professor.
And because I don't want to work so early, because people said it's you can't get enough sleep if you start working. That's why I choose this field.
Have you gotten a lot of sleep then in academia?
Yeah, of course.
Oh wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
I think I'm not having enough sleep. But okay.
Yeah.
And so I know this is going to sound like we're repeating the question, but is that mainly the reason why you decided to do a PhD?
At first, I think, scientist sounds very cool. And probably that's why. And as time goes by, and I found something, especially when I understand something which I didn't understand before.
Yeah.
And also, as a PhD student, I'm not sure that's normal or just for me. I had a lot of free time to read anything I want.
Wow.
Or did something I want. And, that's why I stay at this field for a long time. Over 10 years.
And when I said we have a genius, you said no.
No, I'm not a genius. If I'm a genius, I'm already a professor a long time ago. So,
but that was my other question. That how long? But we will get into it a bit later because I think you are qualified to be a professor by now.
Probably not. I'm not a genius. So,
Well, I think you are. And so, during your time when you, as a PhD candidate, did you ever have some feelings of being blocked or like you couldn't, like there was so much pressure, or like when you were writing your publications? I mean, I know the structure of your publications is a little bit different from the conventional structure. Of course, you have your method section, you have your introduction and stuff, but are they a bit shorter and more technical than theoretical?
I don't understand the question. You mean it's shorter or longer? Or?
Yeah, is it shorter or longer and more technical?
It depends. You can write short one or long one as you want, I think. It doesn't matter. Yeah. But if it's too long, you have to put some of them as the supporting information because some journals don't like too long.
That's true.
Yeah. Of course, it shouldn't be too short because you can't explain everything with a short article.
With a short article.
Yeah.
Okay. And so did you ever feel stuck writing?
For writing, I didn't because my PhD advisor helped a lot.
Nice.
Because I was in China and when I was a PhD student, and my PhD advisor, he knew that we were not good at English, so he helped.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot actually. Yeah. And about the pressure, I think at the first 4 years, I didn't have any pressure. As I said, I had a lot of free time. Yeah. And then boom, the final year of the PhD, and I didn't have any results, any publication.
Word.
I had nothing. So the pressure arrived. The pressure is that how can I get my degree after next year? Yeah. So I spent during that time, and my PhD advisor told me that there's a chance in Paris. You can stay there for 3 months.
And
do you want to go? If you go there, maybe you can't graduate on time. And I told him, okay, I want to go. I didn't tell him that I want to escape from this pressure. Yeah. Then I arrived Paris.
Yeah.
The first month I went to a lot of places. Yeah. As a tourist, of course. And then around 1 month, I think, and suddenly it occurred to me, how can I graduate? Then I start working super hard, actually, for 2 months, I think. And which was a great time for me, because I still can't remember or can't figure out how did I get like 4 or 5 results. Yeah, not publications, the manuscripts in 2 months. I really want to experience that time again, but I don't remember how. So during that time I didn't notice what is pressure or something. The only thing I did is working.
That's really impressive. Like 4 manuscripts in 2 months. That's mind blowing. And I also am trying to understand how you managed.
Yeah, I can't remember. After that after that I start traveling again because I know I can't graduate on time. So
that was good strategy. Maybe it was the when they ask you, oh, do you work well under pressure? And you're like, yes, I work very well under pressure.
Yeah. I'm sure there was a lot of pressure.
Yeah. Okay. And did it take time for you to understand your experiments or concepts during this time that you were writing?
What do you mean experimental concept?
Like not experimental concept, like your concepts that you were writing about, if you were writing about concepts, or like the manuscripts that you prepared in that time. Did it take time for you to understand?
You mean understand the things I wrote?
Yes.
I only wrote the things I understand, what I calculated, what's my result, and why I did this. Maybe it only has 1 or 2 pages. It's very short, actually, and in Chinese. And then I sent it to my PhD advisor. He adding a lot of stuff in English, and So after that, I read it. Of course, I don't understand this. I didn't understand some of the sentences he wrote, but it took. You are right. It took time for me to understand. Yeah.
And how did you manage to navigate or switch from Chinese to English? Did you find it difficult? I can imagine.
Yeah, as I said, that's my advisor's work. And after that, I think after I get my PhD degree, I became a postdoc. I have to write
In English.
in English.
Yes.
Yeah. The postdoctors advisor, they usually don't help you, of course. Yeah, that's why it pushed me to do this.
You have
so,
to.
Yeah,
You
I
had
have
no
to.
choice.
Yeah. Of course, at first, I just read a lot of similar articles.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then try to write it in my own word.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And have you do you know about imposter syndrome?
I heard about it. Yeah, but I don't think I have that.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like to explain why you don't think you
Because I just admit that I can't do something.
Yeah.
I think the people, those people who have that, I'm sorry, I don't remember that name, but
Yeah.
I know what's that.
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think that's because they lie about something.
Oh.
For example, they claim they know something, but actually they don't know. Yeah, that's why they have that. Yeah, for me, I just whenever I don't understand something, I just admit. Yeah, I just tell my boss, no, sorry, I have no idea what you are talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I think that's a very nice way to look at it as well, because I, for example, sometimes experience imposter syndrome, and I think,
really okay.
why do I even qualify to be here, or why am I even here, or I'm
You are a
doubting
PhD
myself.
student, right?
Yes.
I thought that impose something is only for workers, not for students, right?
Yeah.
But, because how can you be not qualified as a student? That's impossible. Anyone can be a student, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So you shouldn't have that.
That's really nice. That's
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah.
I think I need
Anyone who wants to learn new knowledge is already qualified as a student, right?
and can never be an imposter.
Yeah. That's my opinion, I think.
Nice. And you said that during the 4 years that you were doing your PhD, you had a lot of free time.
Yeah.
Was that because you didn't have motivation to work on your PhD? Or
Because I didn't know what to do. Because my PhD advisor, he's very unique, I think.
Yeah.
He likes us to study anything we want.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I should do. So that's why I read a lot of stuff. For example, economics and what's that? Yeah, including this mental health. I read a lot of books about that.
Wow.
And figure out, try to figure out what should I do. Yeah.
Wow, and it took 4 years.
Yeah, and read including some non-academic stuff like comic books.
And did you ever go to any conferences during that time?
Yeah, a lot actually, including that Paris one, which is a super long conference for 3 months.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
I would love a conference for 3 months.
Yeah. They are still the Henry Poincare Institute. They are still hosting some conference. You can go there anytime. Yeah, there are short ones like 1 week. There are long ones like 1 semester. Yeah. You can just apply and they will give you some funding. Yeah.
I'm gonna apply. Gonna apply.
Yeah.
And what advice would you give to a master's student who's trying to get into a PhD program, who also was trying or is trying to understand what they want to do for their PhD, maybe in a similar journey as you?
Yeah, my suggestion is that if your group is small, like only 4 or 5 person, you can directly ask the professor. I mean, who can know better than him or her, the professor. But if your group is big, like more than 10 people or even 20, the better way is maybe ask some of those senior student or postdoc in that group, because as a big group leader, the professor is usually super busy, and he or she doesn't care much about
master student.
Yeah, master student. Yeah.
Okay, so you would advise them to get in contact with their advisor.
Yeah.
Okay.
And because each field is different,
yes.
So it's hard to give suggestion from another field, actually.
That's true. That is true. And talking about advisors, what do you think makes a good advisor or supervisor for a PhD?
For a PhD? Yeah, it's very hard to say, actually. Yeah, for me, in my case, my PhD advisor, he always telling us that you don't need a guide for science. You just think. So I actually don't know what is a good advisor, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, but my PhD advisor, he's super good, because the last year he helped me a lot with this writing stuff. Because if it's me, first, I don't know how to write in English, and secondly, even if I try to translate from Chinese to English, I can only write down maybe 2 or 3 pages. That's not enough for publication. So
that's still good. That's still good, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's very impressive that you can even still translate from 2 to 3 pages from Chinese to English. That's impressive.
You can use a lot of stuff to translate, like a Google Translator, ChatGPT, a lot of stuff.
I do feel like these AI assisted programs or like translators online, they either do direct translation.
Yeah, after the translation, you have to double check again, change a little bit, because they may say stupid.
It changes the essence of what you're trying to say.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And we are almost at the end of this conversation, and I wanted to ask if you have ever applied for some level of funding, let's say during your PhD or during your postdoc, and if you have, what advice would you give to someone who's trying to apply for similar funding?
Yeah, this is a hard question for me, actually. As I said, I'm not a genius. This is the reason why I applied a lot of funding. I never succeed. I'm sorry, I can't give any suggestions.
Okay, but I mean, I think sometimes rejection is redirection.
Yeah, probably.
It's not always. I also have been rejected a lot of times for funding, and I'm like, how do you expect me to go into the field without money? But you know, so I think I would say the same thing, that don't be too hard on yourself. And did you ever feel lonely during your PhD? Let's say not loneliness personally, but in your research group, were you able to talk about your research with your other members? Or was it like, sometimes we have research groups where you specialize in different, same field, but different aspects of
So you mean you don't have enough collaborators?
Yes.
That's not my case. And especially for me, because my girlfriend now is my wife.
Oh, congratulations!
who was in same group when I was in PhD student. Yeah. So yeah, we were both we both didn't have any directions, and so we can talk
about it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really nice. I think I would also like the same, like for my partner to talk to me about trees, and we'd be like, what do you think? That would be nice. Okay, and how do you take care of yourself during your studies? Like, let's say now during your postdoc or during your PhD, did you? I mean, of course, you said you had a lot of free time to read. Are there any other ways that you can take care of yourself, your mental health during that period?
I would say hiking and swimming during weekend is a good solution.
Yeah.
Especially when you are tired from 5 days of working.
Yeah.
Because some people said that after 5 days of hard working, I'm very exhausted. I want to lie down or the whole weekend. I don't suggest that. Because even if you lie down for 2 days, after that, the next Monday you will still be tired.
Sure.
I would say go out, like swimming, hiking, or even to a bar.
Yeah.
And after that, you will your energy will come back, I think.
That is true. That is true. And so, do you have any future plans? Do you plan on sticking to your field, professorship?
Yeah, for me, I don't have many options. I can probably I have to stay in this academia field.
You have come so far.
Because I don't know other other field how to work in an industry or somewhere else. I don't have any options. So
I mean, earlier on you said you don't think you qualify for a professorship. What are the criteria for or it depends in which institution you are at?
Because I can't get the funding. That's a proof.
I see. I see. Okay. But I mean, now that you're in Switzerland, maybe.
Maybe I will get one someday.
Yeah. Well, we wish you all the best. And
thank you.
I'm quite sure with your many very shiny, very good publications that, anyone who wants to give you a grant a startup grant with your students would be lucky to have you.
Yeah, thank you. I will say that.
It's a pleasure. And so we've concluded this part of the conversation. Is there anything you would like to say or like to add before we close?
I didn't know there's this question. So no, I think. Do you?
No. I'm done. That's it from my side. And if you don't have anything else to say, then we can go ahead and close.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you again.
Thank you so much again for your time.
Yeah.
We don't take it for granted, and we appreciate you. And thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for watching until the end. And don't forget to like, to comment. If you have additional questions for Dr. Yin, post them down below. And I think we can share your ResearchGate profile.
Yeah, okay.
And if you would like to get in touch with him, we'll put it in the description link down below. And comment and let us know what questions you have for him, and he will be happy to answer you. And so until next time, bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Great.